Hi guys, it is Friday, almost 11, like 10:40, and we are getting ready to go to the mountains, but Adam's at work, so I just packed for 3 people, and I pray I did not forget anything because this is my first time packing for a baby. God, so you just bring everything. You just bring everything because you don't know what they're gonna need. This is my to-do list and my item list. Again, trying not to forget anything. I knew that I needed some type of organization to be successful, so I went ahead and made that list. I have a box of diapers in the car. I guess the thing that's also stressful about this is that we're going to the mountains. It's 2 hours away. I do not think that there will be any convenience stores near the place where we're staying, so we got to make sure that we have everything. He's just being perfect as usual, letting me get everything done because he's my little angel baby. This is gonna be his longest car ride, 2 hours. So we will see how he does. I found an Adam.
Hi, Adam without protons.
50 feet. The destination is on your left.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. So yesterday was super duper hectic. It was just really nice seeing my friends and her family, my friend and her family again. Their house is beautiful. I will show you shortly. But the way they built it is so that a lot of natural light gets in, and it's so just nice and relaxing. And then we're staying, it's 3 floors, we're staying on the 3rd floor, and there are 2 opposing windows, and on one side you can see the sunrise, on the other side you can see the sunset. They put a lot of thought into this house, and it's just, oh, it's absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. It rained last night, so the fog like crowded into the mountains, and it was just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. So I guess this is a good time to talk about this because I think after yesterday I had a good amount, not closure because I'm going to figure something else out, but it was a turning point for me. So when AJ was in the NICU, they wouldn't let me breastfeed. That's not obviously because maybe some places do let you breastfeed when your baby's in the NICU, but I wasn't able to breastfeed. I was able to do some skin to skin, but not breastfeed. So that was for a week. And then when we left the hospital, he was 6 days old, and he was eating 2 ounces. And I thought that was normal because I've never had a baby before, and I've learned over time researching breastfeeding and so on and so forth that your body produces what the baby needs. And if I was just producing colostrum and like maybe 5 milliliters of it, that's probably all that AJ need, but he was bumped up to 2 ounces, because he was drinking from a bottle. So, and again, I am not an expert in breastfeeding. I just done my own little bit of research, but I understand that everyone has opinions and everyone's entitled to their opinion. But so when we left the hospital, he wouldn't latch at all. And then eventually I started to get him to latch with a nipple shield. And over time, he's started kind of getting an aversion to the nipple shield. So my best friend's mom, the woman who lives in this place, she's a lactation consultant. And not just any lactation consultant, she's very well known, and she's pretty just phenomenal. And she was my consultant when I was in the hospital. Not the one that was assigned to me, but she came up to help me and talk to me and see what was going on. And then, she lives in the mountains. She lives about 2 hours away from me, so she wasn't able to follow up with me in person. And honestly, I was handling it like it was something I had under control, when in reality, I had my head above water. What I was doing ever since I left the hospital was pumping, every 3 hours aside from nights. And even though I was doing this, my milk supply was going down. and that was very, very disheartening. I do not have a hospital grade pump. I have one that I got for my mother. I have the Medilla pumping style, I think it's called, so it's not hospital grade. And my my supply was going down, and he was starting to latch less, and it was oh yeah, my head was just kind of above water, and I was doing all this stuff, buying all this stuff. I was buying, you know, slow flow bottle nipples and nipple shields and different things for my pump. And you know, when you pump every 3 hours, that takes time away from people coming to visit you, that takes time away from you and your family. And there were times when would be on the pump and AJ would get hungry, and I can't really put into words how heartbreaking that was, to be attached to something and then to be sitting next to your child that you're supposed to be able to feed, and to see them crying because they're hungry, and look down in the pump and to see that you're not making any milk. And not to mention, just like pumping, it's awesome because it gives women an option, but it's also, it's very unnatural, and like it just is what it is. It's a machine trying to get milk out of you the same way a baby does. And I realized that every time I was on it. And it's been a long journey. So AJ 7 weeks now. So I worked with my friend's mom, and she says he has a really good suck, a really good he would have a good latch if he knew how, but she basically explained that she she gave me this metaphor. When he was born, he was taught how to speak Spanish, and every time I give him a bottle or a pacifier, I'm enforcing that language. And then randomly, when I try to introduce the breast or to get him to use a nipple shield, all of a sudden I'm speaking English, and he's been taught Spanish since birth. And she's not saying that it's impossible. She's not saying that I can't breastfeed and I can't up my milk supply and I can't eventually get him to latch. That's not what she's saying. But talking to her just helped me take some of the blame off myself, because she was basically saying that, you know, he kind of started with a disadvantage, not being able to breastfeed, period. And it was bound to be an uphill battle. And yeah, so I took some of the blame off myself. I'm kind of happy I've come to this point, because if I do decide to stop pumping, and if I do decide not to breastfeed, because she said right then and there, you know, being a lactation consultant and standing for breastfeeding the way she does, she said if I decided just to stick to Similac and not breastfeed, she wouldn't judge me and she would understand. And I'm not ready to take the pressure off myself, but I'm kind of excited to not be inflicting that pressure on myself, because it was getting, like I said, to the point where it was all I was thinking about. Anyone with breastfeeding issues who, you know, intended to breastfeed and wasn't able to, you know, leave a comment, leave some stories, or leave me success stories about how your baby started latching after 2 months and how it was wonderful. I refer to my best friend's mom as my second mom. And she is insisting that I eat steel cut oats because they have more protein. And she's saying a part of my poor milk production could be because I'm vegetarian, and that I should be making sure that I get a certain amount of protein in my day, as well as probably starting to take B12. So, learning a lot. Learning a lot. Kiss until we come to. Hearts stop racing, let's face it. My first one was already pretty bad. Time we just let this thing go.
Hey. Hi. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. There's one thing I'm actually interested in. It's actually podcast. I've been really into it lately. So, today's podcast, this week's podcast I'm actually into is called The Orphans. Yeah. Six people crash landing onto an alien planet, and they have no memory of what they did before they crash. So they all try to figure out who they are while discovering this alien planet. So if you guys interested in sci-fi dramatizations, Orphans is the one. But back to this beautiful chubby baby. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're just so cute. Hi. Hi. How are you? This place. Look at this.
So we're about to go to the lake. This should be fun. They said it's like a lake slash beach. I'm guessing like an artificial beach. Adam's in the back. We're literally going down the street.
Both Adams in the back.
And both Adams are in the back. So he has the baby on his chest because we're in private property and we're going down the street. So I don't predict any traffic issues.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah? You get you your curls. I guess like the last time as a kid, being at a beach as a kid, it was kind of fun because I remember we went to Myrtle Beach. Sorry, my bad. We went to Myrtle Beach at a kind of like a church function, like kind of like a field trip for the church, and it was. And being with my older brother, he was just the guy that like always caused trouble. Like, it's like, why? Why are you just always being rude? Yeah, just mischievous. Why are you always doing this? Like, so we're just out on the beach, and all the kids are like having fun. And my older brother, he's just, I don't know, being like not a full bully, but just like being that kind of mischievous kid.
Yeah.
Just he goes close enough to the shore where the beach is, or like where the ocean is. He grabs like this handful of wet sand and just puts it in his kid's shorts, like in the back of his shorts. He pulls them down, like basically see the kid's butt. He throws the sand in his shorts, and the kid's like trying to pull his pants. So now he has sand in his shorts. But yeah.
Why does anyone drink beer?
His amazing arm piece. So it starts here under his collarbone. Yeah, and then he has the chakras on his shoulder. Dude.
There's obviously enlightenment there, or that's the implication, but there's also destruction there. So
Totally.
it's about dualism from the beginning, and then
We sure did. We sure did leave the line, and I'm heartbroken.
Did you see us
Wait, hold on.
Oh
You
god,
need
you guys are
advertisement.
getting it. It was like.
You see that I'm drinking? You can leave?
Yeah.
end there.
I'm trying to drink beer, and it's disgusting. Thing.
Agitation.
After what your mom told us, like, turns out like we were overfeeding him.
We
so
were
it's
overfeeding him.
Always like.
It's just like,
you feed them too much.
This is my best friend. I was telling Bo that we started vlogging, like putting our vlogs on YouTube, doing stuff, and then putting it on YouTube. Yeah, just cause you never know.
where this is going?
Yeah, but yeah, this is my Kathy. She is my Kathy. She's been my best friend for. It was 2008, so 10
No, it had
years.
to be before. Oh, no, yeah, 2008.
April something 2008.
Yeah.
We got married.
April, was it April 20th?
I
Can
think
say that?
so.
I think it was. Oops. Hi. He's like, wait, no one's paying attention to me yet. That means next year is our anniversary, D.
Yes.
10 years.
10 years.
Oh my.
We got to get each other gifts.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, you got quite the
Oh,
setup
shit.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, buddy. You guys are beautiful in the golden hour. Highlighting everything.
Fast.
Yeah,
Jeez.
definitely. I'm just so happy. I'm like seriously happy to have you guys.
Just woke up, Everybody is sleeping. This house. Go ahead and wash my face, brush my teeth, grossness. Goodbye, big, beautiful cabin. It was fun.